Sugar Spice and Everything Uncensored with me, Amira. One of the biggest tasks you're going to have to face when you're trying to leave from isolation to elevation and to be rooted and planted in the area God called you is going to be the area of unforgiveness. That's one of the biggest things to wrestle with. I'm not going to even sit here and lie with you. Unforgiveness, bitterness, and resentment will have you anchored in the wrong places, the wrong season, the wrong time, and it's vital every day. Because forgiveness is a daily thing. See, sometimes people try to psych themselves out and they think like, oh, it's one and done in the past, I'm over it. No, it's an everyday process. At least for me it is. Because when you are in another phase of healing, God will resurface things that you forgot about, bring up things, stir up things in your spirit, and you'll think like, oh, I'm over it. But he's bringing it to your attention so you can address it one last time. Not because you're still stuck in the past and you can't let it go and you're harboring, but because he wants to show you one last time. Are you going to let it go? Are you going to give it to me? Are you going to fully let it go? Are you going to let it go? So that when you're going, you can't take bitterness with you, because bitterness will sour the fruit. It will sour the fruit around you. It will sour the fruit he's producing in you. And then now other people are a casualty to the wounds that you're not allowing me to heal. You're not allowing me to take you through it. That is one of the biggest challenges in life. And I think it's also something that you have to walk through, because if you could forgive your loved ones, especially for those of us who have deep betrayal wounds and deep trust issues, if I can forgive you and still learn how to have grace and hold space for you, doesn't mean I need to be around you all the time, but if I can forgive you, then it's like now I'm bulletproof and I have the thickest of skin, because a stranger could do and say anything as long as it's not causing me super crazy harm, but the things they say and do won't really stick to you, because you already forgive those you love the most. That's a burden that's hard when God's really asking you to let it go and really to move forward. Because sometimes we try to make sense of things like, why would you let this happen, or why can't they see what they did is very harmful, or and it impacts somebody in a negative way. That right there is the final boss. And especially for a lot of us in here in life who are honest with ourselves and who are open to having awareness of our emotions, and we don't sweep things under the rug, and we address things and we call things out. When you get to that final boss of learning how to forgive those you love dearly, those you put a lot of trust and faith in, and they didn't steward it right, or they betrayed you, or they did something that let you know they didn't care to cause you harm, it wasn't a mistake, it was they're a wounded person not tending to their wounds. At some point God's gonna tell you gotta like drop it in the water, let go, because you're allowing this to anchor you. Nobody talks about how challenging that is. People try to make it seem like, oh yeah, you just heal, and no, it's an everyday work. It's like stuff, when you're a person, you learn how to compartmentalize and suppress things. It's like stuff that you will forgot about and you try to forget about, because when you think about it, that's too painful to think about. God will be like, I'm bringing it up again so you can address this time. Not to stir up things to put you in this loop cycle of depression, and now you're sitting here thinking about it like, dang, that really happened, or dang, they really had me messed up. But to show you, this time, you see it for what it is and let it go and give it to me. A lot of folks be waiting around to hear an apology, to see the change in people, and that's not my assignment. And I just came on here to say this, like, when God is taking you from isolation to elevation, please don't fight the process when he's asking you to just hand it over and to let it go, to hand it over, to let it go. It's a work every day. I don't know why people be trying to act like, oh yeah, something in the past, you just move on. No, some things you can't move on until God helps you address and properly heal a wound that never got tended to. That right there takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of patience, takes a lot of grace, takes a lot of mercy. And that's really what I hopped on here to say. I'll be back on tomorrow, Thursday, but that's the final boss. And if you're on here and you're struggling to release and let it go, and God is bringing up things from your past and showing you things where people really was treating you a certain way based off misperception, off of hearsay, off of their